Hi guys, it's Vox again from Gorfiend. This time I'm actually on Gorfiend. We're live, I'm at 100. It's been a couple days. Been playing quite a bit these past few days since launch. The launch was pretty terrible, but you know, we still made it to 100 on the same day. Took quite a bit of time, but we made it. So I'm gonna make a little follow-up update video on the video that I made before, which actually had quite a little bit of information that was, I guess, wrong. Maybe not wrong, but you know, after being able to do a couple things here and there, I could see that other things were, you know, either a little bit better or, you know, a lot better. So here I'm to make a little update video on what's going on. So let's start off with the talents once again. Speed of Light and Fist of Justice remain the same. Sacred Shield really didn't do that as much as I thought it would. I really don't think it's as good as Eternal Flame, as Eternal Flame does a lot more healing. It's just the way that we use healing now is a lot different than what we did, you know, before. So Eternal Flame is just kind of part of the rotation. I do have my T keybound for Sacred Shield still that I need to replace, but I'm still gonna have it just in case. But you know, Eternal Flame's just working out a lot better for me. This tier over here, next one, Clemency. I just like to have the 2 sacks, to be honest. This also works well. Unbreakable Spirit, Purity as well, but I mean, it's honestly between these two, and you should pick Unbreakable Spirit or Clemency, depending on what you want. Once again, those are kind of interchangeable. For the next talent, I used to have Holy Avenger, but there are a couple Holy Paladins that still use Holy Avenger. However, I think Sanctified Wrath might be a little bit better because you get the 50% longer on the Avenging Wrath, which is very good. I find it's just a lot more healing to do, and as well as Holy Shock's cooldown being reduced while you're in Avenging Wrath, as well as increasing the crit chance by 20%, makes it a lot better because you basically gain a lot more holy, well, not a lot more holy power, but you do gain quite a bit, and it's almost similar to Holy Avenger. However, it's a little bit less, but you heal for more kind of thing. So I think that that's what we need more than having just a bunch of burst healing in terms of Holy Avenger, because you could just use more Holy Shocks. I mean, it's up for debate still, but I still think that Sanctified Wrath is a little bit better at this point. I did say that it was pretty bad. I tested it out in beta and I didn't like it, but one fight, you know, testing it out in one fight compared to a whole series of dungeons and whatnot, challenge modes, whatever, all that stuff, I learned that Sanctified Wrath was a little bit better, I find. Number 90, no question, is Holy Prism. There's really no other one that you can pick. The mana costs absolutely nothing. Well, not nothing, but it's very minimal compared to the 16k of Blight's Hammer, as well as the 30-second cooldown, and Execution Sentence is just meh still, you know, whatever. So, let's get back to the 100 talent. I played Beacon of Insight quite a bit. I like it, but I don't think it's better than Beacon of Faith. It's too much of that RNG kind of, maybe a target needs healing, you know, won't get the beacon, and sometimes I just find myself not healing the target with the Beacon of Insight for quite a bit, so it just wasn't worth it for me, and Beacon of Faith was just the one that I ended up choosing instead. In terms of glyphs, it's also up for debate. I actually wanted to change this one. I didn't have any tomes or something, but anyway, Glyph of Flash of Light. Flash of Light's used quite a bit, so it's probably worth using that for now, as well as Glyph of Merciful Wrath, which is reduces the cooldown and effect of Avenging Wrath by 50%, so you heal for 50% less, but you have it up every minute and a half, which is, I thought would be worse, but to be honest, I was wrong. It's very nice to have it every you know, 1.5 minutes, as well as in conjunction with what's it called, Sanctified Wrath. It lasts 50% longer, so you have it up for 30 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds of increased healing by 50% is very, very strong. And since the damage is very sustained, you don't really need it for much burst. So it's nice to have it 2 to 3 or 4 even times per fight than having it once or twice, because, you know, the damage is sort of sustained. So it's a really nice thing to have, I find. Even though it's 50%, 50% is still a lot of increased healing, even if it's not 100%. 50% is definitely worth it. Because the thing is, when you have it at 100%, I can almost say that you're wasting heals because it heals for so much, and you don't really need everybody to be at 100% the whole time. People can be like floating around 70-80%. That's basically, I think, how Blizzard wanted the game to be intended to be, like healing and healing wise. So I think that's kind of cool. Glyph of Sack. I mean, like I said, damage is more sustained, therefore it does less damage. It's just nice to have. Not you don't really need to have Glyph of Hand of Sack, or at the very least, you can even use your Beacon of Faith on yourself while you're using Hand of Sacrifice, so it's really not worth it that much. So the step priority might have changed from what I said. I still believe that crit's better than Mastery and Haste by a little bit. However, I'm not sure how it affects at a lower item level. I was thinking more of like an optimized kind of level of play. Mastery, I've seen some Paladins go back to Mastery, so I personally might do that. But other Paladins have sticked with the whole crit thing. But, you know, it's kind of up to you guys. I don't think there's a big difference between going from Mastery to crit in the beginning, but I do think there would be a big difference if you don't go in more of the end game, which I'll, you know, let you guys know maybe in a couple of weeks when we start raiding Mythic. I think it comes out on December 12th, I believe. Let me look at my calendar here. So in 2 weeks on Tuesday, so December 2nd is when it comes out, I believe. And normal comes out on the 25th. Yeah, that's right. So normal comes out on the 25th of November, and Mythic comes out on the 2nd. Or is it the 9th? I forget. But anyway, whenever that does come out is when I'll let you guys know about the weekend after. Now, if I want to talk about how I think Holy Paladins are in general, I think we're very strong compared to other healing classes. I have no problems at all healing challenge modes. Like right now I'm 632 item level, however in challenge modes is when I actually started them I might have been like 622 or something like that. So I didn't have any trouble. You guys shouldn't either. Just use a lot of Flash of Light, be liberal with it, just drink a lot after you know, trash pulls. Have your tank call up for Hand of Sack and all that stuff. I mean, it shouldn't really be too difficult. Neither is healing heroic dungeons or anything. I think we're at a really strong point, but like I said, I'm gonna just give an update on that kind of stuff after we end up, you know, doing some actual content. But apart from that, this is looking like a really good expansion. One thing I wanted to touch on though is you guys, or some of you guys, were saying that Holy Paladins, I guess, are boring. I don't think that's entirely true, and like, I mean, I can't really give you guys any. I can't really help you guys in that. I mean, it's your choice, you know. It's kind of thing. I can't. It just depends on your playstyle. If you don't like, you know, spamming a couple of buttons, you know, Holy Shock, and then going, you know, Holy Light, and then another Holy Light, or maybe a Flash of Light in between, then going back to Holy Shock, and then hoping you get a proc that makes your enhanced Holy Shock. I mean, it's fun for me. It's fun. I get to weave in. I get to a lot of, you know, play. Let's say I don't want to use another Holy Light, I could go Flash of Light, you know, then I'll use another thing. Guess I enhance Holy Shock or whatever. Get that Eternal Flame out. Then I get the speed proc on the Holy Light. Do another one. And Flash of Light. You know, whatever. I could do. There's so many things you can do. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Like I said, you might want to switch healers. But in terms of actual like numbers and stuff, Holy Paladins are really strong compared to other healers, I find. So that's that for this update. I'll give you guys another update soon, and I hope you kind of learned something from this, and hopefully it's a little bit different from last video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Have a nice day.